Divine. You guys, welcome back. Look at this cool present. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, dope little shiny glasses. Perfect for a creepy Halloweeny baby like myself. I love it. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Thank you for all of your. Let's try to get this one this way. Yes. And today I can show you. The other day I was wearing this. I'm not sure if everybody saw it. This is one of my. This is one of my. What do you call it? What do you call those things when you wrap them around to keep it? Sarong. Sarong. So actually, when I made these ones are inspired. Now I have it tied in the center, right, and it can come across, and how it goes in the back like this. So there's so many ways, you know, you can tie it around your neck. It can be tied around the side, and it can be long. It can be brought up to be shorter. And yes, I do make chonies, bamboo. These sarongs that I made was for a man or a woman, but to have in many forms. So you can wear it like a cape, or like a shirt, or like a shawl. Also, it's long at the bottom. That's why it's like pointy at the bottom. So if a guy is also wearing it, he can fold it up under, and it becomes more of like a harem pant. Isn't that cool? Of course it is. I made it, right? So anyways, it's super hot here today. And just so you guys know, just to give a little background situation, I had to get a little rinse on. Get a little rinse on, chill down a bit. Even though I'm only like 8 degrees, 6 degrees, 8 degrees south of the equator here in Indonesia, we're still, even though you guys are going into fall, fall is technically our spring. Look at that, 222. Springtime, let's go. New things. It's like spring equinox. You know, when you guys have the autumnal equinox, it's kind of like a spring equinox here. Now, where we are, we don't get so much. It's not as much of a change as, like, let's say Australia or something, obviously, but it's still a bit, you know. And so because we're getting ready to come, normally raining season comes about November. Sometimes it will start at the very end of October, around my birthday, you guys. Sometimes it'll rain on my birthday, sometimes not. But yeah, it will be a thing. And so as it gets into this, we're in a subtropic climate, and as we're in this subtropic climate, it begins to get a little bit hot or sticky, and this generally happens as it's like building up, waiting for the rain to come, you know, like the song. So yeah, anyways. Oh, I had to look at that at 3:33. Happy Tuesday. This is Mars Day. And so this is normally the day that we do a lot of things. We have a lot of things taken care of and in order, and that's beautiful. But yeah, today I really felt more in this. I did take care of things early this morning, and then I was like, I need to rest. It's hot. Siesta time until it gets a little bit, until we got to cool downtown. So anyways, I designed this specifically, smashing my ball teddies. I designed this specifically with my dear friend Heidi in mind. Hey, Heidi, 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 ho. And she, when we were teenagers, we used to like to try to figure out all these different ways to wear or create these what do you call it? These sarongs, right? So this is kind of like an ode to how different things can be, right? Because we'd have to fold them over and do this, and it was so tiny to try to tie the edge string just to barely get into it. And so that's why I created this one. It has nice long straps. Like generally I can bring it up around the neck and then bring it back down to hold the center. It makes this nice little keyhole. Doesn't have to. I particularly like it like this. I like it like that. So that's what it is. So anyways, guys, how we doing? Happy Tuesday. Let me try to get you. It'll take forever to charge these devices. Let me try to get you over here so I can see if you guys are messaging what you had to say. Thank you, you guys. Infinite love and gratitude for all of my new subscribers, you guys, for all your likes, your comments, your subscribes, your shares. I appreciate all of you. You guys are super amazing. Big love. Okay, so let me see. I'm trying to find where this is, because when I do the live on the device, I cannot see the chat. And then I know you guys are all talking to me and I can't see it, and that's problematic because then we can't talk to each other, and that's no good, right? Talk to me. Ooh. So let me figure it out. Oh, I'm on the wrong account. Okay, sorry. Let me just get over here so I can see. Hello. I am from another dimension. See, now I can see that you're talking to me over here. I am from another dimension. I live in Bali, Indonesia. I am from, I would say my mother's Bajaja originally, but I even now question that a lot of the time. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quite seem like her kid. So I'm not sure. But I did choose her, right? We do choose our families, and we do choose our birthdays, and we do choose our entry points, and we do choose, these little soul paths or soul contracts, what we sign on to. That way we can have the experience and grow and become, something like that. So this is a whole thing, right? Okay. Why won't you mention it? Is it okay? We will go to fur. I don't know what that is. F-I-R. I don't know what that is, you guys. I don't know what that means. Where are you from? Where is everybody else from? Generally, everybody comes on and tells me where they're from. Where are you guys from? How about that? Everybody's got questions for me, but nobody ever wants to answer my questions. Rude, a bit rude. So, I come from another dimension. That's where I come from. I come from another dimension. You guys, I can't see when you guys put private messages, just so you know, I can't see them because the device which I'm doing my live feed on, I can only see when a message pops up. So I can see when someone comes on, or when someone says hi, or that someone has sent a private message, but then it goes away really quick. That's why I have this other device, so I'm in the chat. So if you're sending me private messages, unless I'm on a different device, normally when I had my other device, I could check it. But now that I don't, and I only have this old ass iPhone 8, I can't see it. So only what you put in the chat that's in the regular chat is only what I can see, okay? I can't see private messages unless somebody wants to send me or buy me or send me some money so I can get a new device, and I can do all of that simultaneously, but I cannot from this device. I'm very sorry. That's why I have a secondary device, just to be able to read your chats. I have to tune in to my own feed from another device just to be able to read the chats so I can talk to you guys. That's where I'm at. That's how much I love you guys, okay? That's how much I love you guys, because I want to know what you're saying, but most of the time, everybody's got something to say. Everybody wants something to know. So let's start off. Let's start off with some super attractors, okay? And see what kind of positive messages we have. When I'm in a state of appreciation, I'm in vibrational alignment with my true love nature. The universe powerfully responds the instant I realign with love. Okay, so this is really about staying in the state of love. And now, staying in the state of love doesn't mean being lost in the state of lust or attention or attraction, right? Love means we're actually practicing. God, my nose is itching so much, you guys. What's going on? It's like the show, what was that show? Bewitched. Do you remember what was her name? From Bewitched. She'd always do the nee, 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 nee. That is actually a witch thing. We do get it, like itches on our nose and faces and different things like this. It's super strange. Sometimes on our hands. But the point is love is first starting with self. As within, so without, right? So as above, so below. So the reality is if we want to receive love, then we have to first be in the receptive mode of love, right? I've noticed a lot of people are coming on here looking for collective love readings and questions like this. And the situation like that is mainly like, are you loving yourself, right? Like, the best thing I can say to people is, are you in a present or current potential availability to receive love, right? If you don't have the availability to give somebody love, right? If you still need to give yourself love, right? Then you don't really have the availability to be giving or sharing it with somebody else. Maybe you do, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can pour from an empty cup. Maybe you're an extra special magician, right? I don't know. But what I do know is, with these cards, when I'm in a state of appreciation, I'm in vibrational alignment with my true love nature. So what this tells me is that we're experiencing love regardless of whatever is coming in or isn't coming in, right? Love is a state of being. It's a frequency. Hello. So if we want to be in this state, if we want to be in this high vibrational state or frequency, if we want to be calling in love or partners or abundance, right? Then we have to be in this constant state of love, which means we have to be omitting and vibrationally aligned with self-love in order for that to actually happen. Third card, my super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith in love, and the joy I put out. So yeah, when you're feeling good, when you're feeling love, when you're in this state of love, right? When you're in this nice state of love, right? Then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to omit that, right? It's going to create this vibrational frequency that goes outward, and then everything that comes back is going to match that vibrational frequency, right? So story time, right? So I thought, okay, whatever. I'm going to be loving. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then instead I was like, you know what? I'm going to tend to myself and make sure I just give myself love before I try to worry about other people and all this stuff. And then I did, and actually last night I ended up falling asleep a bit early, and so I woke up early, ready to do stuff. Amazing, right? Tuesday, the day of Mars, really a great day to get things going. But it was more of a day of communication for me. But the reality is I had 2 or 3 people that had actually reached out, right, to say, hey, blah, 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 to remind me, right, that because I had basically taken this self-love, right, because instead of dealing with other people, and instead of saying other people need my love, or I have to care for how other people feel or whatever, I was like, you know what, I need to really just maintain my personal space. That way when I come on and when I do readings and when I do personal and private energy sessions and readings for people, I have more of an availability to actually be tuned into the energy. When I go out and around a bunch of people, it can be energetically exhausting for me. It can take days or weeks sometimes even to recover, especially if it's in a party type situation. Generally, if there's more music and less people partying, getting fucked up, if there's more people dancing, then it can be okay because there's a different frequency. But A lot of the times that's just not how it is, and so it creates a little bit of a slap back for me at times, which can't be nice. So I spend a lot of time in here because I like to work with people. I like to do the sessions and the healing, and I like to pull cards, and so that requires a very clean and clear energetic field. I'm not. What did somebody ask me the other day if I was like, if I had like social anxiety or something? And I was like, what? No, I don't have social anxiety. I'm just selective on when and where I go out and the people that are going to be around, because I have selectional energy protection. And when I go to bigger spaces like that where there's too many people, then I have to navigate everybody else's feelings and emotions, and it's exhausting. Like, I can't have a good time. Does that make sense? So yeah, that just makes it a little bit more complicated for people that want to do stuff. So for me, I kind of require a bit of like, nowadays I require more of a bit of a buddy system, right? Just so I have maybe somebody's, not energy to like link onto, but to ground with, right? And so I would highly suggest that actually for anybody that's like HSP, that's like a highly sensitive person, anybody that's super intuitive, or that's just been feeling a lot of energy lately. I would suggest like limiting like when and where you go out, number one, and two, like make sure that the people that you're with are actually people that can like, that you feel safe and protected and then can hold and maintain the energy. Because what we're getting a lot of right now is, and I've been hearing it, I've had a lot of private clients and sessions, and there's a lot of body snatching going on. So basically, like, there's darker entities, and as we get angry, or we're in the state of fear, or we're in the state of lack, or we're in the state of entertaining lower frequency things, right? Like staying too high or doing other things, right? Drinking too much alcohol, or just not acting on virtuous values, right? Any of these things. What I've noticed is we're just welcoming. It's like a welcome mat for these lower vibrational frequency entities to kind of hop in, right? We're just being like, well, I'm not the driver. I'm numbing myself. I'm disassociating from being in my physical human body. Therefore, we're allowing other beings or entities to kind of hop in. And so, yeah, I would just say, like, make sure that the people, if you're going out, especially if it's anywhere where people are partying or drinking or are doing something a little bit more intense, that's just my personal and the recommendation from the guides at this moment. Now, I channel, if you guys are new here, welcome. I'm Zoe. This is Divinity Within Thee. If you are returning, then you know I'm not yelling at you. I channel a lot of energies from a lot of different places. So, from different guides, from ancestors, from different deities, from different spectrums. So when they start to come through, sometimes it can be very loving, sometimes it can be a lot of different ways. But I am a trance channel, and nice to meet you. So today we're going to pull some of the Stoic cards. We're going to pull one, actually. I want to start to do this every day. That way you guys can have a new little challenge. Do a kindness for a stranger. Okay. Look at this. Doing service for a stranger brings joy to the recipient and provides a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction for ourselves, exemplifying what Aurelius refers to as a double satisfaction. Today we view every encounter as a chance to demonstrate kindness. Pay for a coffee for the person lying behind you. Do yard work for an elderly neighbor. We Stoics take pleasure in bestowing benefits, even though they cost us labor, provided that they lighten the labors of others. Okay, if you guys want to screenshot. If you guys want to screenshot this, so you have your Stoic challenge for the day. But yeah, so do a kindness for a stranger. So when, and this is again love. It's like how are we really practicing? How are we really practicing love, right? Because love is okay. So even love and unconditional love. Unconditional love does not mean unconditional boundaries, right? Love means I did something for you because I care, without expecting a reward or energy or anything in return. I did it for you, right? That's what love is. So if you love somebody, right, you do something for them, and it's not like I did this for you, now you owe me, right? Unless you have like a relationship or something where that's how it works. It's just not how it goes, right? Like when we give love, so like even me, I was posting something like last week or something, and I was posting something that was like no regrets, right? No regrets, because everyone that I ever loved deserved it, needed it, and deserved it. So if we give love, are we giving it to see what we will get back from the person? Because that's incorrect. If we're giving love and we care and we adore the person, then we're giving them something that they need, not what we think they need. We're giving them that support, that love, that attention, that kindness, that compassion, whatever it is that they're needing. Maybe sometimes it's something that we don't know that they need. Also, like we're just saying hello, or you look beautiful, or whatever, right? Like this can change somebody's whole day. It can change somebody's whole perspective. Just a kind word, right? Do a kindness for a stranger. So it can just be complimenting people as you go out. It can be saying, send somebody a coffee or a tea. It can also be like, if you're somewhere and you see somebody sitting by themselves, like send them a tea, send them a coffee or something, But when we give love and we do kindness, we're doing it without expecting something in return. And that's what love is we're giving it freely and openly. And so when we can give that love freely and openly to ourselves, right? When we can honor ourselves and love ourselves, then we can make it a little better. So, dear universe, source creators, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, aliens, archangels, Galactic Federation, all of those who are out here with us, bringing us the highest vibrational frequencies of love and light with the highest possible timelines available to all who are involved. We thank thee for your kindness, for your clarity, for your guidance, for your love, and for your messages. So I do all of this before I start. I also do it for you guys, so you guys can hear it. That way it's something that you can also practice, right? So today, these are some beautiful cards. This is another gift. Thank you. Birthday gifts for my birthday month. My friend actually gave this to me a few months ago, but from my beautiful friend, Mikey. Snooky, I call him Snooky. We have this whole funny thing. But this is beautiful. So he actually gifted me some of these different oracle cards. He had a partner that passed away years ago, and he's had some of her things, and he really felt called that she would like me to use them. And so it's really beautiful because I sense her energy sometimes when they come out, and she gets really excited when I use them. So this is the Enchanted Map oracle cards. So you guys will have to kind of, I will read a couple things from the book because I'm not very familiar with these cards. I'm a tarot card reader, but hey, messages, they want to come out. And if many of you that know me know that I don't deny messages from dead people unless they're aggressive. So, okay. Thank you. Fancy Puss. This is her name. This is her nickname that she goes by. So, thank you for your cards. Thank you for your presents. Thank you. What are the messages that you want to tell us? What is the map messages you want to share with us? One Ring Circus. Okay. This is the energy of 6. Okay. 15 is the energy of 6. So, let me pull a couple more before we do this. Hello, I can see somebody down here. Andrea Hector, hello. Hello, beautiful spiritual sister, family, all of you guys. Sending positive vibes, positive energies for the chat. Yes, amazing. Let's figure out what we got. Let's figure out the messages that we got. Thank you for your positive energy and vibration. As always, everybody, when you guys put out energy and messages and love or intention or just are present, whether you're here right now when I'm doing the live or later when you tune in to any tarot reader that's actually channeling, they will pick up on that. Even if they've already recorded the message, we pre-pick up on it. So a lot of the messages, like when I would record and post them when I wasn't doing them live, like I would be picking up on messages that were for other people that sometimes didn't find them for a week or a month, sometimes years. And then I would receive messages like, you don't know, this changed my, it's very interesting. So let's go for 3 here. Let's see what these have to say. So first we have the One Ring Circus. If I were to guess what this one is, I would say something about being more in control. Yeah. And I love this girl. Doesn't she remind you of me a little bit? It's super cute. She's got a little top hat with her stockings, looking kind of like a pirate, kind of like a gypsy, kind of like a clown. That's my people right there, right? Okay. You are capable and competent. Independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important at this time. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another or others, okay? Really important. Be discerning about your partnerships at this time. When you know who you are and you have healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you are able to enter the best kind of relationships and will attract only the people who mirror back your fulfilled and complete wholeness. Interdependent relationships are always mutually supported, stimulating, and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. So beautiful. So a lot of the collective has been, if you guys have been here, for new subscribers, obviously you haven't been here. But for those who have been here watching some of the messages, they know that the collective there's been a lot of readings on love. And so what I was talking about before you entered, Andrea 54 Hector, was we pulled these other cards from the super attractor, and it was talking about when I'm in a state of appreciation, I'm in vibrational alignment with my true love nature. So what I was explaining to people is that as we're wishing to call in the love and hoping for the love and whatever, where is the love, it starts within, as within, so without. So it's really important that it's pertinent even, that we are first giving the love to ourselves, right? And when I feel like I have given myself rest and fuel and things like this and love, and I feel good, then I can come on and give love back to you guys, right? Which is even more beautiful. And like love is like they say, like the message I was talking about last night, like love isn't enough, right? Love isn't enough to sustain, but however, love is something so powerful. So when we're actually holding that state, this vibrational love frequency within ourselves, right? When we are holding it deep within our own being, what happens is it emits like when you guys throw I always just say you, because I always feel like I'm channeling and speaking. So to whoever is receiving, right? This isn't a personal attack, okay? But it's like when you throw a stone, when one throws a stone into the water, we see it ripple outwardly, okay? This is the same instance as what's happening with the love frequency. Only when we're on the love frequency, it can infectiously, the same as, they say misery loves company. It's the same thing, like misery or dark spirits or entities or whatever, they will drag you down. They love the company, right? And they're going to keep trying to do it, especially now at this time. However, love, the power of love and the understanding of love is so much more. Like, it can literally affect, what is it? I feel like it's like 3 to 5 kilometers even, right? Like when we are in a high vibrational frequency, like a love state, like it can omit. So that's why people like to sit down and do group meditations and things like this, where we get heart centered, where we're doing heart to head coherence, mind to heart coherence, right? And this is a really beautiful thing. And this is why in a lot of cultures they bow, right? Why do they bow? We bow because when we're bowing, our head is now below our heart. Our heart is what we should, this is our, the heart is like intuition, right? We can feel. They always say, follow your heart, follow your heart. And that's kind of what it is, right? It's like an intuitive sense where they're tuned in. So when we bow and our head is below our heart, we're now allowing the conscious mind to stop running, and maybe the subconscious mind is now being triggered because there's less the way the blood flow is, or I'm not exactly sure, right? But we're bringing the head below the heart because that's where it belongs, right? Or belongs more like in an even sense to it. And so it's not supposed to be like always stuck in our mind. And this is where the world is really having this, right? We're having this, we're in a spiritual warfare right now. And so what's happening is it's like a mental head over heart. Yeah, well, our head is over our heart. But it's like this mental, it's like a mental, like any place where you have fear, where you have doubt, where you have worry, where you have separation, any of these are low, like fear, worry, concern, doubt, hatred, envy, like all of these are very low vibrational frequencies. So if we stay in our head, right, if we keep our head space over our heart, then we're acting on a linear state. We're not acting in this higher vibrational frequency. If you want to tap in to fourth density and above, you have to act from a heart space, not a head space. Masculine energy is very linear. That's why they like to build things and make things happen. That's what third density is for, right? Form, structure, building, foundation, right? That's just the foundation. Let's say you're going to build a whole hotel or a high rise. Let's say you want to build a house that has a nice view. It's going to have to be at least 2 stories tall, maybe 3 or something like this. So once the foundation is built, do you do everything from that base level? No, you build the roof on the 3rd level or on the 4th or from a scaffolding, right? You have to go up. You have to raise above that baseline thought process, right? And that's where we're moving. And that's where the Plutonian energy, right? If you guys were just in the read from yesterday, the 13th. So Pluto has gone direct in Aquarius. So this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, right? Okay, this is what's happening. So now we're coming into this more conscious, it's a collective conscious state, right? Aquarian energy is more about a communal or collective thing. And it's not about like Aquarius isn't really about like just I posted something about this today. It's like a rebel without a cause, but Aquarius is not a rebel without a cause. Aquarius is a rebel with cause to rebel, if that makes sense. So with all of this energy going on right now, everything what you're seeing in the world, which by the way, can I first of all say shout out to the treaty, to releasing the prisoners, okay, from Haman, okay, shout out, okay, it took long enough. I don't know that means everything is done. It definitely doesn't, but it's a start. So when we are in this space, right, when I'm in a state of true appreciation and vibrational alignment, when the whole world is saying, this is what we need, eventually they're gonna do something before they become overtaken, and they know that, right? So stay in this space, because the people that were doing all of that, they weren't thinking rationally. They weren't thinking, this is a bad idea, I'm gonna go to jail, I can get gassed out, I can get shot. Nobody was thinking that when they were doing the protests, when they were standing up. Not a single person. They were like, no, there's a genocide happening. And that's what this Plutonian energy, the Plutonian energy going direct was. Choose a fucking side. There is no more gray area. We're not Swiss. This is not Switzerland. We're not neutral. We need to choose. Are we on genocide, or are we on nature's side? Nurture, nature, heaven and earth, right? Are we on this side? Or are we on genocide? Gen O? That's really weird, because we're like Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, millennial, Gen O side. Just a thought. Gen Zero? They're trying to start again from zero? Just think about it, like words, and the English language is all, everything. Words are spells. Writing is spells. That's why it's called spelling. Okay? So be very clear on what you're spelling, what you're speaking, what you're writing, with the information that you're sharing, because you're casting more of that energy, more of that spell. So it's imperative that you know, it's imperative. It's a whole thing. So we got to be in this space, right? Heart, head below heart, or maybe even, right? Like we need that heart brain coherence, that heart mind coherence. And when you get in, that's when you actually lock in, when you can breathe and bring that breath up. So it's in connection. Then the conscious mind stops running. Then you can actually, when you're in mind-heart coherence, you can actually tap into higher states. This is when you can start to channel. This is when you can start to receive information, right? So it's when they're in coherence, when they're in alignment. So, card 51, Moonlight. Moonlight, your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical, and anti-logistical. You should follow it. Look it, you guys, I can't make this up if I wanted to. Stay lit. Okay, this is the energy of 6, 5, and 1 is 6. 5 is indefinite change. 1 is a new start or forward movement. Together, 6 is more like giving and receiving, or a warning of sorts. So 6, I'm going to say it's probably okay, because what it's saying is your intuition allows you to follow it. Okay, so Moonlight beckons. Come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Again, look at that. They may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist ever second guessing yourself. Resist ever second guessing yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things, and you truly read between the lines. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain information. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic one. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tingling, a clear sound, an animal, an object crossing your path, sometimes numbers, sometimes synchronicities, sometimes songs, sometimes sounds. Many ways it can come in. Spirit is sending you messages consistently to help you now. Success is yours if you follow the signs. So people ask me a lot, how I get to where I'm at, where are you, where are you going, whatever. And I'm like, listen, I talk to the angels, I talk to the ancestors, I talk to everybody, and I just ask for clarity and guidance. As you guys see when I do the prayers, I'm asking for clarity and guidance consistently. I thank them for their presence, I thank them for their information, and I thank them for bringing clarity and guidance to us, right? Bringing only positive, high vibrational messages and frequencies of love and light of our highest vibrational timelines, right? That way it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing or who is doing what. As we come into this energy, what you guys are going to start to realize is it's less about It's less about good and evil, like what's right and what's wrong. It's more about what is authentic, right? Are you being true? Are you being true to your soul? Are you being true to your soul's path? Are you being true to your authentic nature? Are you being true to self? Are you being authentic to others? What is it? Because this is really what matters right now. As the Plutonian energy, we're going to the underworld. We're coming back out. We're going down, right? We're going down. It's been in retrograde, allowing us to get everything in order in Capricorn. Get things in order, calendar, figure out all this. We've already done that. Now we're diving deep. We're going into the underworld, and it's going to be a mental, an emotional, a spiritual, and a love related thing. So first, if you guys are looking for love or experiencing something weird in love, then the first thing I can say to you is love yourself, right? Love yourself first, and then you'll start to see the love coming back in other ways, right? So important. So important. Okay. The next one is wishing well. See, can you see this? Can you see her? Okay. The number of 48, which would be a 12, and that would be a 3. So this would be about what we're manifesting and what we're bringing in. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. This is really important right now, because as we're stepping into these higher realms, or these higher densities and dimensions, and as we're doing this light work, as we're really doing this light work, what happens is we really have to say, okay, what is a desire? What is a want? What is a need? What is reciprocating my energy or my time or my love, right? Because a lot of things we may find are not actually for a path or reciprocating. We might love them, but wishing them well, okay, is also a thing. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. So yes, the desire, the want, the need. Ooh, I want that, like that's what pushes us to work. That's what pushes us when we see somebody beautiful. Oh, I want to look better. Or when we see whatever. Oh, I want to learn how to do that. That is the baseline push in life. So desire is the sacred impulse. Now, we can feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. And I want to add, or outcome, right? We can place a wish with the universe, and until we're in vibrational frequency or alignment, it's not coming through, okay? So let me read this to you. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you are seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration, and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything just begins to make sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate, or you are conceiving a baby, or maybe it's a new idea. The wishing well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in magical ways. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does sometimes. To that end, you cannot control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or win from your intentions, and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well. That's interesting. I brought this coin out. This gold dollar was funny where I found it. Susan B. Anthony, right? Susie B here for all my U.S. folks or coin folks. Take the coin into the wishing well, then trust in spirit. Prepare to be amazed. Okay, guys, so let's make a wish. Let's make a wish. I'm gonna flick it over my. Ooh, look at that at 44. Let's go. Oh, what is the wish? Okay, you guys all make a wish. Everybody make a wish. Kiss the ring, kiss the coin. Make a wish. Heads or tails? Should I go get it and see? It doesn't matter. We threw it under the wishing well. So we're learning to let it go, right? We're saying, okay, I'm wishing well, right? I'm hearing this song. Who was it by Prince? Thinking of a wishing well, kissing hell. Something like this. That may mean something, you guys. I love Prince. Anyways, so let that be interesting for us. Okay. Cool messages. Cool messages. Let's get some more. Let's use this one. This is the Wisdom of Avalon. The Swan, transformation, trusting the psychic gifts, 3. So again, so today it seems like a lot of the message for the collective is having to do with trusting our intuition or our psychic gifts. So when we feel that, when we feel that there can be restriction, right? When we feel a restriction in the path or restriction moving forward, or we feel someone attempting to place a restriction, when we, maybe since for some of you guys it can be in work or abundance, something like this, right? When we sense that, we can transform the energy of it by focusing, right? By hyper focusing and getting ourselves out, like being like, okay, I'm going to trust my higher powers, my psychic gift. Like, I wouldn't have done this, or I wouldn't have driven here, I wouldn't have made this whatever if I didn't feel like it was really the thing to do. And maybe we can also tap in, okay, the wasp really wanted to come out. Maybe we can really tap in to our psychic gifts or our intuition, right? Put your hand on your heart, take some breaths and ask, is this, dear angels, dear guides, ancestors, right? Can you please give me clarity, bring me clarity? Is this the best thing, the best place? Is this person optimal for me right now? Is this situation something I need to go to or be at or whatever? And really take some breaths and tune in and really ask yourself. And so for a lot of you guys, the transformation will come when we, look at this, beautiful, the butterfly after the wasp. So the transformation will come after we're trusting this heart space, after we're trusting this psychic gift, right? When somebody puts a restriction on us, or when somebody is acting in the state of anger, retaliation, or jealousy. There is a lot of this. Hello. There is a lot of this that comes into play, that's in the play for the collective. And a lot of this anger and retaliation and jealousy, okay, is actually people attempting to put the restriction. And a lot of this, again, heart above heart, head below heart, right? And the reason why is because we need to get out of this mind space, because we're in this spiritual warfare and it's like a frequency war. So they can just keep reiterating, they can put out a tone or a frequency, right? And then what it does is it makes it so it's making you in this fear state. It's activating this fear state. It's activating this worry. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why do we keep spiraling out? And as I'm talking, doing different sessions and talking to different clients and different friends and family from around the world, everybody's experiencing the same situation where it's like they feel a little bit like they may be under attack, but it seems crazy, but they're not sure what's going on. They're really stressed. They don't know, and they're spiraling, right? So many people are spiraling. And the reason why is because the anger, the retaliation, the jealousy, and the restriction, okay? This is coming for some of you, this is coming from some people you know. From others, it's also coming from higher sources, like governmental sources and things like this, right? When we realize that everything that is a restriction for us, right, is basically a redirection, right? Look at everything, like try to find the positive in everything. I saw this funny meme the other day, and I shared it with this lady that I call my auntie, because it's like, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to look at life from the most positive state that I possibly can. It's like, I fell down the stairs today. And my response was, wow, I made it down the stairs faster than usual today. You know, it's like having a positive, finding the positive thing in everything, no matter if the thing is like intense, or if it's creating a restriction, or if it's making us pissed off, or it's making us want to retaliate or be angry or whatever. Know that this is all intentional for trigger point, all of it, every bit of it, you know. It's all intention for trigger point. And so what we have to realize is the butterfly 25, okay? If we want to be in a lucky state, we're going to go beyond that. We're going to tap this beauty, right? We're going to see the beauty in everything, even in the beast. We're going to find where that space is. We're going to find the love, and we're going to say, okay, you know, when I just look at everything as redirection. Like, this is divine guidance. This is divine timing. If something doesn't work out, even if I spent all night getting ready and someone doesn't come to pick me up, or even if I did this and then I fall asleep, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I still put the energy and the intention out. I still was feeling good. I still, you know, we just have to look at everything in the way that it is. If you get somewhere and you don't like where it is, well, you know what, at least I got out of the house, whatever. You know, there's so many different ways that we can choose, actively choose love as a response to view things. The frog, cleaning house, releasing emotional baggage. Yeah, this has to change. And this is how we change it, by finding the beauty in things, by realizing things that are no longer serving us, things that we let go of, things that are whatever, right? We're kind of hopping away from them, right? Leave that at that lily pad. Hop on to the next pad. Hop on to the next lily pad. Hibbity hop. Yeah, that's going to change, right? That's what needs to change. And that's when we're going to start to receive these messages, the hawk, omens and messages and things like this. That's when we really will start to receive them, is when we realize, okay, this is some, you know, one of my dear friends told me, she was like, you know, the thing is, you just got to drop it. You just got to forget it. You just got to not ever talk about it again. And I'm like, okay, well, there is some legitimacy to that, for sure. However, that's also not the feminine way, right? If we're so out of balance, and we're so out of balance from the feminine, the masculine and the feminine energies, right? We're out of balance. The whole world is out of the balance from the feminine energy, right? So if we know that, then in order to be more locked in, right, of this feminine energy, then that means we don't bottle up our emotions and our experiences. It means we share them and we talk about them until we process them. And I don't mean like talk about it over and over again. Like, I don't mean like go to a therapist or whatever. I don't mean do that and every week complain about the same shit. No, I don't mean that. I definitely don't mean that. That's why the energy work that I do is more like the Psych K method, like Dr. Bruce Lipton, right? And so I like to figure out the root of the cause. I like to figure out where it's been stored in the body and figure out how we can get it out of the body and remove it from the body, and then let the being and the person kind of process it as it comes out. And then as we process it and as we allow those emotions of anger, frustration, discontent, beauty, growth, sadness, whatever it is, as we allow all of those emotions to kind of come up, then we can recognize them. We can see whatever, if we were 25 or 5 when it happened, and we can hold that version of ourselves and release that, right? We can finally get it out of our body and set it free. And that's ultimately like what we really need to be doing, right? And that is the feminine energy coming into play. And that's what's really important that we get up on, you know? Super important. So let's just pull some tarot before I hop off of here, and then I have to do a love reading because everybody was still waiting from yesterday. So let's pull some tarot. Which one are we gonna use? This one? Okay. So this wanted to be used the other day, actually. Interesting. You want to be using this one or the love read? This read? This is the Tarot of Origins, but it does not want to be used right now. You use right now? Which one do we want? The Crow's Tarot? Which one do you guys want? Come on now. The good tarot. Okay, we're going to go with the good tarot. I have to really tune in to which deck that they want me to use. And the reason why is because there's lots of different art or symbolisms in different decks. And sometimes it will show a whole different message. Like one deck I was pulling a couple days ago, and it was showing the union card, but there was nobody there. And it was talking about how when we make the choice to either come into union, like into love with people or physical form, and when we come into loving physical things. So it's a whole thing. Look at guys, the sun's going to set. So I moved it for you guys so you guys can see this beautiful sunset with me. Yay! Okay, first we have the Queen of Swords, Ten of Coins, Five of Water, I'm gonna do like a 4 or 5? 5, okay. The Nine of Air, the Nine of Water, okay. 20, so Call, which is kind of like Judgment. No? Okay. The King of Air, the Nine of Earth in reverse, the Fool in reverse, oop, and the Three of Earth. Okay, guys, interesting story here. Give me a minute, I'm gonna pull a few more. I'm gonna try to do 3 rows right. I'm gonna do 3 rows right here. Gonna move these over here. Maybe I should move this back so you guys can see. Maybe I moved it too far. You guys can see. Oh, maybe you can't see. Hello, Bambina. Okay, 3rd row. I like doing 3 rows because it really, I'm like, I want to show you guys the cards, but I also want to show you guys the sunset, so. Especially while I'm pulling cards and reading them, at least I have something extra to look at. Page of Fire in reverse. Whoa. 5 of Earth. 3 of Water. Justice. The Moon and the World. I'm going to let both of them come out, even though it's an extra card. Okay. Okay, so for some of you, and so we'll use this as the crowning energy. The World, 21, okay? So the World or the Earth, okay? God, my nose is so fucking runny. Why? For some of you guys, you can be experiencing maybe some type of a sickness. For some, you can be running. Some of the collective can be running. Rushing around can be running. Running around. Some of you guys running out of time. I'm like, why is it running? It's so weird. Running around the world, running to get things in order. Running around like a chicken with your head cut off. I'm not exactly sure. Take what resonates. So the World. So we'll look at the crowning energy of this read as the world and the two of fire, okay? So for some of you guys, many of the collective, okay? The world is about beginnings and endings. You see this 3. It's about manifesting these beginnings and the endings, right? The giraffe there is looking a little bit like the hermit, right? Where he's finding the lantern, okay? The two of fire is generally, you have a new passion. There's a new path, okay? So for some of you guys, you can be ending one thing and beginning another. New path, new journey. For some of you guys, some things are coming, some things that you thought are ending are actually re-beginning, renewals, and the path is just changing. Or maybe it's a project of passion now. Maybe you've changed what your job was. Maybe you've changed where you live. Maybe you changed relationship, partner, something like this, right? Or you're ready. You're waiting for that. You're ready for a new change, okay? Because the world is indicative of endings and beginnings. So what it signifies, and with the two of fire, this is a new path, right? So what it signifies to me is that there's been a lot of things that have come to an end. There's a lot of things that are coming to beginnings. And so as you know, even this first card, right, that came out here, which is basically talking about when we let go, right? I was reading, one of these cards I was reading, and it talks about when we let go, right? When we let go, we get into more alignment. So sometimes we choose to hold on to things that are blocking us from this new path or this new thing coming in. So let that be really important to you guys. For whoever, that's valid too. Now, let me look at these. Let me look at these for a minute. You guys look at this beautiful sunset, and let me read them for a second. Get it. So what I'm seeing here is somebody's ready to make a decision, okay? They're hoping that they're making this decision, that they're going to make a wise decision, right? That they're going to make a wise decision. But there is a call, a judgment call that has to be made. What is it about? It's about physical matters, right? It's about physical matters. And the 10 of Pentacles is talking about what we're going to do, right? Our future, right? Our future, our legacy, our family, things that we're going to do. Like, how can we make better decisions that create more stability for us, collective? And then we have the 5 of water, the 9 of air, and the 9 of water. So when we stop to be in this emotional state, right? 5 is change. Sometimes this can be about sadness, despair, abandonment, something like this, right? So when we stop to be in that space, right? When we stop to be in this victimized state, and we're in this Queen of Air energy, right? When we're in this Queen of Swords, we know what we want. We know very specifically what we want. For some of you guys, you could be working on something in the physical form. You could be creating something. For some of you guys, you're very focused on your money. You've made the decision. I don't want to be in this emotional state. I'm changing this over-emotional state because it was driving me crazy, right? We have the 9 of air and the 9 of water. Now, generally, because this is a good tarot, the 9 of swords is almost like mental anguish. It's like I can't stop thinking about it. So now when I see this beautiful card next to this card, what this shows me is this is like wish fulfillment. She's like, oh my God, I'm going to get that thing I want. And she's like, yeah, I'm just going to keep thinking about it, right? I'm going to allow that thought, like that, Esther Hicks always talks about, I'm going to stay on that high-flying disc, right? Keep that good thought. Keep that joy or that positive vibration kind of spinning out for us, because that's what keeps it perpetuating forward. That's what brings it in for us ultimately. So there is decisions being made, but we had to get out of this emotional state, and that is change. That's changing. It has to change. It's already changed, or it has to change, because it's the Five of Cups. Okay. Then we have the Judgment in reverse. Okay. So the decision hasn't been made yet. Okay. So we have the Queen of Air and the King of Air. Okay. So these are two people that know what they want, and they're action oriented, right? They're diagonal from each other, but the call, the Judgment, is still in reverse. What this tells me, and if this is around the the 10 of Earth, and then followed by the 9 of Earth in reverse. Okay. So again, this is abundance or wish fulfillment. And so it's like, what hasn't happened, right? And then it's followed by the Fool in reverse. So the jump, the leap of faith, or the decision, right? Because we have 3 of Earth. There is a decision that hasn't been made yet, because it's going to require both parties. Now they are close to each other, diagonally next to each other. If you can see here. The sun go down. Good night, sun. We love you. If you can see here, let's see. If you can see here, this is the Queen, and this is the King. Now the King sits below the 10 of Earth. So the King has already made a decision. I want to have this legacy. I want to have this family. I want to have all these things. But he's stuck in this indecision, because ultimately he needs the Queen to say what is her happiness, right? What is all of her wish fulfillment? Maybe he doesn't know all of that, and that's why this is why the Fool is in reverse, because he's still thinking, the 9 of Swords, he's still thinking about all of the things, or maybe he's not taking a leap of faith. Maybe he's already, this also in reverse, this can be, it's already secure. He's already thought about everything. For some of you guys, he's already pre-thought about everything, and it's secure. He's just waiting to work with you. They're just waiting to work with you. I don't know why. I'm feeling a very strong, again, masculine, feminine, because I have the King and Queen. I have a pair. Now, it doesn't have to be like that. This can also be for a single person. You could be balancing the feminine and masculine energies within yourself, which means that's why we're seeing both. So just know that also. But what I see here, because I go down to the next row and I read like this and like this and like this and like, I read all the directions, right? To really see what all the cards are saying with each other. But yeah, the 3 of Pentacles is really about wanting to work together. It's normally 2 or more people working together. Here, she's just by herself. And here, it's like, this is my dream. This is my wish fulfillment. Again, my dream or my wish fulfillment. I don't want to be here holding the flowers by myself anymore. And maybe that's what it is. It's like, until you make this, right? Until you make the leap of faith. Until we say what we want, or until we decide that we can't do it by ourselves anymore, maybe. For some, there is a point of you have to do a certain amount of self. Until you've reached the self-love, you don't have the availability to do it differently, okay? That is how the reading started for a lot of the collective. Now I come over here beneath the Judgment that hasn't been made, right? And what this can also be saying is we have the Page of Fire in reverse, okay? So what is this saying? Hello. What is this saying? Normally they're saying this is a message of passion, right? I'm trying to send a message of passion. If it's in reverse, for some, they didn't receive the call. Interesting. For a lot, the Queen, so there's 2 ways to look at this, okay? I'm just going to say feminine energy, masculine energy, based on the King and the Queen. Doesn't have to be like that. It's just how it is in the card. There is no gender specific in tarot. It's the energy, okay? So many times a woman can be embodying king energy or emperor energy, the same as a man can be embodying queen energy or empress energy or high priestess. Divine Masculine was having a lot of high priestess energy that he was embodying the other day. And I got another channel about that, but I'll do that on the love reading next. So for some, what I'm seeing here now actually is the queen didn't receive the call or the message, the offering, this passionate offering. She didn't receive that. And for some, we'll ask why. For some, the king, this masculine energy, didn't make the call. Didn't make the call because he's still focused on this Five of Cups, still focused on things from the past, maybe spilt milk, crying over spilt milk, a third party, because what the other card that's diagonal, now this is the king. So here, diagonally, I look at what else is next to him, right? The queen is over here, but over here is Five of Water. What does that tell us? That means he's still crying, still in this despair. Maybe he doesn't know what's going to happen. And then next to him, he's got the judgment call that's upside down, okay? So he's afraid to be judged, or he's not making a call, physical call, because this one's call. And then we have the Nine of Earth on the opposite side, which is also saying he's not sure. Maybe he's not sure what his wish fulfillment is, because maybe he didn't get a call or a message or a response from feminine, and so we got this Five of Earth energy over here. So this can be feeling left out, it can be feeling abandoned, and then the other card that's diagonal to the king is the Three of Waters. This can also be a third party, okay? For some of them, maybe they feel, now this isn't for everybody, I'm just channeling messages. For some of them, they feel that it's more pertinent to focus on legacy and money and stability than heart, things that could potentially break their heart, things that could potentially cut them down. So for some of the masculine, they don't want to make the call. They don't want to step up. They don't want to step into their masculine power. They would rather have their pleasures and do whatever. For others, they're working very hard, saying, I don't want anything to happen to us. Or some of them, another part of them is saying, maybe money is a for sure thing, security or whatever is a for sure thing, whether it's for this woman or another one, it doesn't matter, right? Like if it's not hers, it will be another's, or it will be mine. Like at least I'll be secure for my family or for my people, which is interesting. So there's 4 different perspectives for masculine going on here. Also, what's interesting is this deck, this Three of Water is just this one person juggling all this stuff. So what it tells me is that for some of them, either the king's wishes could have changed, or the king could be worried that the queen's wishes have changed, that he's not the wish fulfillment anymore, that she's chopped the call off, and he could be feeling abandoned. So he's like, you know what? My third party or whatever is going to be working. It's going to be making this money or making sure I'm secure or stable. But because it's the queen and the king and then this, I think they're both in this energy. They're both in this energy because they're not really sure, because all they can do is think of the other person. Okay, you guys, this is a divine union thing. So I'll finish saying what these cards mean, and then I got to charge the device and actually do the love reading. Hello. So for some of them, they're saying, but I can feel this. It's so powerful. It's so potent. It's so ancient. She's like Isis, right? It's so ancient. I feel this. But like, you didn't make a move. I didn't make a move. But we know what it is. 11, justice. Okay, for some, okay, there's a few stories here, and I'm going to try to tell them all right now. For some, there could have been a very foolish third party situation thing that happened, and taking up it's been taking up thoughts, it's been taking work, it's been taking away from the the focus on present physical manifestations. And for some, this can be a legal situation. For some, someone made a foolish action. Someone has been making a foolish action. And it's very nightmarish. Okay, we don't know what this is. It has to do with some type of third party something. Okay, now third party can be many things. It can be work, it can be other people, it can be substances, it can be addictions, it can be family, it can be your phone, it can be many things, right? It's something that is distracting and in between. Okay, so justice, well, I'm seeing 1 and 1. So justice will be maybe served. Maybe these people are foolish and they already took that leap of faith, and now they're upside down. They're going to be upside down. So for some, this is not for all. Again, remember, some did something shady when it came to work or when it came to love or a third party situation. This is a third party. I don't feel that it's these two people. This is a third party situation. They fucked up. For some of you guys, this can mean actual judicial law, jail, something like this. I'm getting very strong energy, right? Because we're next to the moon. So someone was hiding something, someone was being deceptive. They thought that they could get away with it. They thought that the other person wouldn't know. That was foolish. That's going to cost them. Okay? It's going to cost them. They're going to have to work a lot for it because they're going to have to now make someone else's shit. They're going to have to pay for someone else's happiness at this point. Yeah, I'm seeing 9, 9, 9, 9, 11, 0, 3. So 9, completion, 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 completion. But the money is upside down, so that means somebody did something. Some third party or somebody did something, and that's going to cost them. It's going to cost them a lot of money because they've been running some shit. They've been secretly running some shit. Now, this isn't everybody's story, okay? That's one portion of the story. Now, another story that can be going on here is King and Queen are here. They don't want to do anything by themselves. Now we can see the nine of earth, as this is the happy single card, things like this. They're not trying to make a leap of faith. They're not trying to be single. They're not trying to see single. They want to work together. They're tired of working by themselves. They're thinking of all the things that, this king is thinking of all the things that they can build together. And from this, he knows. He knows unequivocally, or she knows unequivocally, what it is, right? There's no leap of faith that has to be made because it's like known, right? It's intuition. It's what a lot of this read was talking about. And so what it's saying is, yes, I feel you. I know. I can feel your actions. I can feel your words. I can feel the intentions. I can feel it, right? I don't need to make a leap of faith. Actually, I'm ready. I'm ready to make that commitment. You are my everything, right? This wish fulfillment, this dream. I see you being able to create these beautiful things and work together with me. They don't consider anything that you do foolish. But they do think that remaining or working by yourselves is foolish. Staying solo or working by yourselves is going to be foolish. This is going to lead, because we have, so if I look diagonally this way, we have the 5 of water, the Fool in reverse, and then the moon, okay? And what this tells me is, if we worry about all of the things from the past instead of moving to the future, right? Because he's upside down, the Fool. So it's not a new start, it's going back. If we do things like we did before, if we are in the state of deception, of lies, of anything like this, it's going to be the indefinite ending. So we're choosing, okay? So these are the crowning cards. So we're choosing this new way forward. We're choosing this new world. We're choosing this new path. We're choosing what we support, right? We may have been doing this as a one ring circus, so everything we need is within us, right? If we think that we need to do more or complete more or to be more in order to be in a functional relationship, no, what you have to do is learn to try to manage yourself as best as you can. Cleaning house, releasing emotional baggage, right? And then the beauty, the butterfly. So it's about coming and finding the love. Find the love within yourself, right? Stop lying to yourself about who you are. Stop playing a facade, right? So for some of you guys, you will come into justice. And what will happen is there will be celebration. Won't be alone anymore. We'll come into marriage. There will be a celebration. For some of you guys, this can be on a new moon. We see the new moon here, or a full moon. Could be on a lunar phase. This could have to do, there's a lot of different cards here. This could have to do with the Cancer. This could have to do with the Libra. The air signs are here. I see Pisces energy. I see water signs, a lot of water signs. Also earth signs. So anyways, you guys, I will close this here. I will go and do a love reading. Like I said I was going to do yesterday before I went to sleep. I went to sleep and was just dreaming of beautiful love and thoughts. And this is a great way. Just take a nap or go to sleep a little bit. Take a little break and recharge yourself. You know, we don't need to be actively participating in everything if we don't feel intuitively like we can do it or we have the energy. Now, don't use that as an excuse, though. But, you know, move as you feel called or whatever to move. Okay, guys? As always, infinite blessings, love, and light. If you like what I'm doing here and you want to show some love or support, like, comment, share, subscribe. Go ahead. My project is down below. I appreciate everything that everybody gives me. I'm really in a very receptive feminine mode right now, so I'm ready and open to receive everything. My birthday is at the end of the month, and there's a lot of things that are happening for me right now, a lot of shifts, and I have a lot of things to pay and expenses. I'd like to get a new device so I can make better videos and have a better microphone and stuff for you guys. So I don't have to do a live every time, but so we can talk more and do things. So guys, I appreciate all of your love and your light. As always, if nobody told you today, you're amazing. I'm proud of you. You're doing great. Keep going. I love you. Infinite blessings. Ciao for meow. Zoe out.